Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen and today I'm showing you guys the absolute easiest DIYs and thrift makers you can make shopping at a thrift store. So let's jump in to the video. Video is sponsored by Skillshare, and if you haven't heard of Skillshare, it is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. And there's so many topics of classes you can take, including crafts, lifestyle, productivity, and photography. Skillshare is specifically for learning, so there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes. I love that there is no ads, which makes it really great to watch these classes. Right now, my favorite person to watch on Skillshare that I found was D. Hogue. He does lettering for self-expression, and he plans out his projects on the computer and then sketches it all out on paper. He makes some amazing projects with calligraphy. I love watching him. He's just so informal, and he just does some really cool stuff. But you guys, if you want to check out Skillshare, the first 1,000 people to use my link will get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership. All right, this is a really quick and simple one. I picked up this little wood sign from Goodwill, $4. I sanded it down and it made this really pretty wood color underneath it. I don't know why it was painted in the first place because the wood colors were absolutely gorgeous. I use this transfer from Chalk Couture. If you guys didn't already know, I am obsessed using Chalk Couture. You can just make some really nice items using it. Just a little bit of chalk paste, a transfer, clean it off, wipe it off. It's like a sticky stencil that works great and perfect every single time. This is how great it looks. I did nothing else to this because I just loved the way this turned out. I didn't think it needed any more to it. And it's like has that nice general store vintage feel that I absolutely love. This next one, I'm using another one of these signs. This was from Goodwill as well. I think this was $3.09. And I'm using a lot of this milk paint from Folk Art. A lot of the colors that I have, this petticoat, they do not have in stock on Amazon, but that is what I use for a lot of my DIYs lately. I'm not going to lie. In this DIY or this video, I will be using this petticoat color. It's almost just like an off-white. So you could definitely get away with using white if you liked this color. You can't even tell it's not white in this video. I did 2 coats of this. I did paint the edges of this sign as well because this is something I did want to paint over. When I sanded everything down, it kind of left a really ugly yellow wood color. I just did not like that whatsoever. I also be using like this teal color. It's like an eggshell color, and then along with a gray. This is all milk paint, and I think there's more to milk paint, but to be honest, I love the way this paints on. I picked this up at Michael's on clearance. I think they were like $1.29 each. Super cheap, like really, really inexpensive. I've had it for like 2 years. I just shook them up really good, and they smell awful. Like this milk paint is absolutely awful. Like I'm not going to lie to you. It's bad, but I just love how it covers. You don't really need like a ton of coats of paint. It kind of goes on like chalk paint. I just think it's just a really cool thing. I had Presley help me. She did not paint the right area, but it wasn't a big deal. I just went back over it. Like I said, it's all fun, and I really enjoy when my kids can kind of hang out with me and let me do my thing as well. We all need our hobbies. We all need our time. But our kids also need us too. So you see her in a lot of my videos, or she's always on the side. She's always helping. She's always around for sure. I'm just using this espresso brown and just dry brushing with a chip brush to give it this nice distressed vintagey look. I just love this look. I love distressing and dry brushing, although nothing ever needs a lot. Also just repainting this little home sign. This was from Goodwill as well. I think it was $2.09 or $3.09. And then it was originally from Target Dollar Spot. And then I'm just repainting it white. And then I'm going to just dry brush it once again with the Espresso Brown by Arteza. And then once the paint was dry on the home and the sign, I just took some hot glue and glued this right to the center. I left this one pretty plain. You could definitely add it up with some greenery or something like that, but I feel like once you add greenery, it's super permanent. So I definitely just wanted to leave this pretty simple, but I love the way this turned out, and this just gives you guys so many different options to choose from. If you have something similar to this, you can just do so many different things with this. But I wanted to use this home sign. I've had this for a while and just really wanted to spruce this sign up as well, and I just think this looks really awesome because it looks like it was made for each other. And here's another sign. All I did was sand it down and glue this sign from Dollar Tree right to the center. I didn't want to paint this. I kind of really like what wood looks like underneath something painted. Like, that sounds so silly. I'm not going to reword that. I'm going to leave that as is 100% because that is just the way I feel about it. But yeah, this was really easy as well. You can find any sign or any type of decor piece, glue it right to the center of a sign, and this looks so good. And this was only $3 to make total, which I think is a super great deal. And this can even go outside. You could put a stake on this and stick it in your garden. Like I said, I like to leave stuff like this in the house. I think this is a really great like summer piece, but you could definitely put it outside as well. So this stool my mom actually gave for me. She gave this for me. I'm using the milk paint once again in this petticoat color, and then I'm just going to end up dry brushing it with the Espresso Brown by Arteza. Kind of very similar to the sign I made previously. And I love the way this turned out. We are not red people whatsoever. My mom and I actually used to both love primitive decor, which is kind of mind-blowing because I don't like it at all. I don't have an issue with it. Don't get me wrong if you decorate in that. Like, it's completely fine. But my colors and my theme has just really changed in my house where I would just want it bright. And I used to have like orange and green. And I still have a red wall in my house, like very primitive like. And I'm really just trying to make it more bright and fun in here. But yeah, so I definitely did 2 coats of this petticoat milk paint. And then I ended up going back on the legs to use the gray milk paint. This is what it looks like. What is this called? It's called something gray. We'll never know. It's a surprise. You could pause it, but I'm not sure exactly what it's called. Do I have it around here? Nope. Anyways, like I said, this is kind of expensive. I don't think I'd pay $8 for this milk paint. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm probably doing it completely wrong and not the same way that most people use milk paint. I think you got to like layer it with certain items. But like I said, this worked out just great and I just really want to use it so I don't throw it away, because if I throw it away, that means I just wasted money on buying it. Just dry brushing with this chip brush once again. I did these projects on the same day, so I just kind of left this brush sitting there because I barely put any paint on it. And I think a little dry brush definitely goes a long way. I know some people kind of overdo it dry brushing, which I have no issues with that whatsoever either, but it's all just preference for sure. Did end up dry brushing the top as well, but just a little bit, just so you could see it. You could definitely add a decal. I feel like I say definitely a lot, so don't count how many times I've said it in this video because it is probably way too many. I thought about adding a decal to this, but I changed my mind because once you add a decal to the tops of stools, they're super cute. But what if you put something on top of the stool, you don't see it. So I left this as is. I want to show you guys what it looked like and then what I decided to put on top of it. I just had this planter or this little pot that I made just with faux greenery, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. You guys, that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you give it a thumbs up if you are new to my channel. I would love you to hit the subscribe button down below. Also, don't forget to check out Skillshare. Like I said, the first 1,000 people to use my link will get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership, so you can let your creativity just glide, baby, glide. That's it, you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!